Alright Ji, today we are going to start P2 pseudocode, and in this lesson we will cover basics with some kind of examples. Alright, so first thing which we are going to discuss, which is about variables. And when you are going to start the variables, you must know about it. What are variables? So variables are used to store the values. Alright, and it must start with a letter, or you can say underscore. All right, um, or you can say, or maybe mix up with the digit. So when we look up a very valid examples of variables, so here are some kind of valid examples. All right, if we are writing a variable that is like marks, it is a valid because it is starting from the letter. And if we are writing a like this, marks 1, it is also a valid variable. And if we are writing down we are mixing up with 2 letters. Let's suppose we have another variable name, which is first name. These are 2 different words, and we will combine these 2 words, or you can say making a variable in kind of sense that would be first underscore and name. It can be write down as like this, or you can say we can write down as it is first NAME. The letter of each word can be capitalized as well, or you can say we can write down as well like this, first name, and we can separate it from using this first name. But if you are writing the variable name like this, FIRST NAME without spacing, it is not clearing the readability. Or you can say if you are writing like this, FIRST NAME, so it is also not making a clarity of all this. Alright, so it all depends on you, that what you want. But remember, the variable name should be very meaningful, and it should be very according to the rules. Well, when we look up the invalid invalid variables, all right, so invalid variables में आप देखें तो like the first one, let's suppose हम लिखते हैं 1 mark, it is totally invalid. If we are writing like first name, and we are giving space between these 2 words, it is also invalid. All right, so please remember it, the rules for the writing the variable names. If I give you another example like this, if you see, you initialize many values to the variables, like in algebra. If you are a math student, like for example, it is said to be that let's suppose x equals to 5 and y equals to 9. So what will be the result of z equals to when x plus y? So what we are going to do, we are obviously keeping up the value, or putting the value of x, that was 5, and the value of y, that was 9. So the answer of the z will be 13. All right, sorry. So the answer of the z would be equals to 14. So here what I meant to tell you each and everything, that the x is basically the variable, means it is going to store the value. All right, y is another variable which is going to store the value. The same thing is this. Here I am going to tell you some kind of valid variable names that will further use to store the values whatever you are going to put. The same invalid variable names, the invalid variable names, it shouldn't be start from the number, and spaces are not allowed. Hope so it would be clear. The next thing what we are going to discuss, which is about keywords. Just a minute. Alrighty. We are going to about keywords. Well, when we talk about keywords, keywords are those words which is having a specified meaning. Alright. Keywords are those words which are having a very special meaning in the language. Uh, the first one, you must be familiar with that. What does it mean by input? Input means that your machine is waiting some kind of input from the user, or you can say it means that you are supposed to give some kind of instructions to the machine. The same thing is another keyword that we are going to use, that would be output. Output means that you are going to display the results on the screen. The third one which we are going to do, which we are supposed to do, that would be declare. So all these variables having a specified meaning in the languages, in pseudocode as well. So when you're supposed to use write down the variables, so the first thing you have to do, you have to write down the keyword that would be declare. Hope so it will be clear. Now moving to the next question. Let's suppose our question is about the first thing you have to be very clear. The question is write down a code that declares a variable marks. Alright. So for what we have to do for this question, if it is about to declare a variable which is about marks, the first thing what we have to do is this: you are supposed to write down the keyword which is declare. Next, you are supposed to write down the name of variable marks. Alright, and then you are going to write down the data type of that variable which is integer. Now you must be thinking about it, what are the data types? Let's talk about the data types. Data types. Alright, data types means type of data. Alright, well, if I talk about what is your name, so you are saying that my name is Ahmad. Next, I am talking about what is your age. You are saying that my age is 14. Next, I am asking a question to you, that what is your grade, and you are saying that it's A. And next I am asking that what is the percentage, and you are saying that it is 45.7. and next I am asking about that your pass or fail, is it yes or no, and you are giving me answer obviously yes. So the point is this: if you are writing letters and it is making a word, it would be the type string. The next is if you are supposed to write in a very numerical value, so it is indicating that it is an integer data type. And and the next is if you are writing any letter or symbol from the keyboard, it would be character. And next is if you are writing any value that is having a fractional point, it will be real. And the next is if you having just two options, either yes, either no, either true, either false. Alright, so it is a boolean data type. All right, hope so it will be clear to all of you. So now coming to this one question, that is that you're supposed to write on the variable marks. As we know that marks are always given in kind of this term, like let's suppose 75, let's suppose 60. So it is integer, these are the integer values. That's why I mentioned the data type that it is integer. So the first thing what we have to do, we have to write down the name of the keyword of this declare. Next we will write down the name of the variable, and next we will write down the data type of that particular variable. So moving to the next question, we are going to practice all these questions over here. I will write down the some kind of scenario questions. Let's suppose write down a code that declares a variable student marks. All right, so what we can do right in this kind of scenario, here you can see this is mentioning the variable name, which is student marks. It means there are two types of words. All right, so these two words can be making up a like using a variable rule. The first thing would we have to do declare. Now we can write down this one variable like this, std. All right, student name. Student name, and as I told you, if you are making up a word using a letters, it would be string. So this is a string data type. The next thing is this, you can also write down like this, declare student student underscore name, and you can write down like this, it is also string. All right, I am here giving you the concept of variable writings. All right, the next thing is this, you can write down as it is like this, declare std underscore and name, and you can also, you have to mention the data type as well. All right, the fourth way, the thing declare, and you can write down it as well like std, all right, sorry, std underscore and name. Sorry, we have done it, and it would be like this. All right, so these are the two ways how can you write down the variable names. Hope so it will be clear to all of you. Now moving to the next question, my next question is this, let's suppose we have okay, let me change the color. All right, in this code, in this example, we are going to write down a code that asks the code that declares a variable laptop. Laptop नहीं करते यहाँ पे, we can take another variable, that would be grade. All right, grade. So in this case, what we can do, just a single variable is given, grade. So we can write down declare, the name of variable is grade, and as I told you, if you are writing a very single letter or symbol, you are supposed to use a data type, that would be character. So character के अंदर जो भी आपके पास आता है वो उसको आप सिंगल कोट में लिखते हैं, ठीक है. And the examples of the character, for example, it would be like this, a, it is a character. All right, another example, if you are taking this one this is another example. The same thing is if you're writing a single quote and taking a 2, it is also a character, and if you are writing in a single quote like a 6, or you can say plus, sorry, it is also character. So all these characters, whatever you are pressing from your keyboard, all these are the some kind of examples of character. All right, hope so it will be clear once again to you. Now we are going to discuss about another data type, which is about write down a code that declares a variable average. So we know that if I suppose to ask what is your average, you are saying that my average is 85.6. This is 85.6. So what I said to you, that if you are writing a number like in this format, which is having a decimal, or you can say point values, all right, so such a type of data comes in the data type of real. How will you write down this? Declare, you can write down average, the name of the variable average, and the data type will be real. It is the thing. So what we discussed about it, we discussed about string, we discussed about character, and we discussed about average, or you can say real data type, and further we also discussed about the integer data type. So these are 4 integer data types, and we discussed about the rules for the naming variables. All right, next we are going to discuss about operators. What are basically operators? Operators. So when we talk about operators, operators are basically are used to perform some actions. All right, so when we talk about some kind of arithmetic operation, the first thing is you have to write down some arithmetic operators. So arithmetic operators कौन से होते हैं आपके पास? Those who perform a arithmetically action on any kind of value. If we look up the like this 7 plus 4, sorry, you can 7 plus 7 equals to, which is a 14. It is an arithmetic. So arithmetic operator means the first one would be plus, the second one is minus, the last one is division, and the further is multiplication, and you are supposed to write in the mode and if. So all these are arithmetic operators. All right. Next, the other type of operators, which is Boolean operators, or you can say Boolean. So Boolean में हमारे पास जो operators आते हैं वो है आपके पास, the first one is AND operator, the second one is OR operator, and then the third one which is NOT operator. So we will discuss it later that how these operators basically work. And the last one which we are going to discuss about it, these are comparison operators. Comparison operators. So comparison operators are, I'm very bad in kind of alright, so comparison operators means that are used to compare the two values. For example, the first one is greater than, the last one is second, this greater than or equals to, less than or equals to, and not equal to. Alright, so these are the type of operators we are supposed to cover up for IGCSE 0478, and you have to memorize all these types of operators. Arithmetic operators, as I told you, plus, minus, division, and mod. Comparison operators, which are used to compare the values, either value is higher or lower as well, and the second one, you can say third one, which is AND or NOT. So we will discuss it later. Hope so this it will be all clear to you. If there is any kind of issue, you can leave a comment, and I will definitely answer you. Okay, moving ahead, we are going to start a pseudocode. Let's suppose we have done about how will you declare these pseudocodes. All right, declare the variables basically. The next thing is this, here is write down a code that asks the user to enter your marks and output the marks. All right, so here in this question we are going to learn about a new thing, which is about input and output. I'm sure you have visited the ATM machines as well. When you visit the ATM machine, the first thing what you saw on your machine, which is enter your pin code. So whatever the prompt you are going to be like a see from your computing device, that is written using an output prompt, or you can output a keyword. um, uh, Before this I told you about these are the keywords which is having a specified meaning in the language. So here is input, which is used to take an input from the user, output, which is going to give a prompt on the screen, and declare, which is a keyword that basically initiate that the variable is going to be declared with its data type. All right, so here in this question, ask the users to enter your marks and output the marks. So what we have to do, the first thing is we are supposed to must think about it, what is the variable include for this pseudocode. So there is just a one variable include, which is marks. So हम सबसे पहले उसको declare कर देंगे, declare, and we are supposed to like marks, and the data type of the marks, obviously it is integer, as I told you. The next thing is this, we are going to give an output keyword, and we will write down the prompt message in double quotes, enter your marks. Here is the question solution, and now your machine is waiting, so we are going to use another keyword, which is input. And when we have gave the prompt messages, now your machine is waiting, and in this step you are going to write down the name of the variable, whatever is mentioned over there. All clear to you? I'm sure about it. So we basically use a variable marks. So we are supposed to mention the name of variable, which is marks, and now the examiner is asking us output the marks. All right, so here we are going to again given a prompt message using an output keyword. Output is this, that your marks equals to, एंड कॉमा के बाद हम अपने उस वेरिएबल को लिखेंगे जहाँ पे आपकी वैल्यू एंटर हुई है. सो आपके पास क्या था, ये मार्क्स. ऑलराइट, होप सो इट विल बी क्लियर. If it is not clear to you, you must please leave a comment, or definitely I will answer to you. Okay ji, what we are going to do for the next, let's suppose we have another code in which the examiner is asking, write down a code that declares variables and asks the user to enter the two numbers and perform addition, and then output the sum. Here is another question. So what we have to do in this question, in this pseudocode, basically the first thing we have to identify the number of variables. So how many variables are supposed to, that you have to make two numbers. What we have to do the next, addition, and then what we have to output the sum. Means that we are supposed to take two numbers, that could be any number. I am picking up these two numbers. 7 equals to 7 plus 7, that would be 14. It means we need three different variables. The first two variables that will be used to store that will be used to take an input from the users, and the third one that would be used to store the results, or you can say processing whatever that happened in that two results. All right, so we are supposed to I'm going to like this declare the first one is num1, and the data type is obviously integer. All right, the second is declare, which is num2, sorry, and that data type is also integer. The third one variable which is used to store the results of that two variables, that would be sum, and it will also having an integer variable, integer data type. Alright, now it is asking that ask the users to enter the two variables. It means we have to use the keyword output, and we are giving a prompt message, enter first number. Alright, now input, so the name of the first variable equals to num1, sorry, so we are going to write down over there, which is num1. Again, for the second number we have to write down the prompt message, so output, and we are going to write down enter second just a minute, enter second number. Oh my god, I am going to be pressing the cases. The thing is input, and what we are supposed to write down over there, input num2. Alright, now it's time to process the values. The processing the values means that you have to write down the name of third variable, which is sum. And what the sum is doing, sum is holding the values for from which variables. Obviously the first one is num1 and the second one is num2, and at the last we are going to output the results, which is output, and we are going to write down a prompt that sum of two numbers equals to comma, and the results are stored in this variable, so we are going to write down name of the variable, which is sum. So this is the way how can you write down pseudocodes. Remember, whatever you are writing using the keyword output in a double quotes, it will be displayed on your screen as it is. Alright, so it is up to you that what kind of prompt you want to give to the user as well. Alrighty, hope so it will be clear to all of you, and if in kind of any query, I will say again that you can leave a comment and I will give answer to you. Thank you so much. Plus don't forget to press the bell icon button, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.